Hello, welcome back to No Man's Sky, where I have reloaded the game, and Eddie is coming in for a nice landing, and we ran the electric line through the lake and back out to the other side of the lake so that we can finish running it to the Paraffinium farm. Hope I'm saying that right. I'm not good at. Where's the hole on this one? Did we cover these holes up? I don't see any holes. Alright, let's put the line down and make some holes. Thought for sure they'd be here. I was wrong. 2, 3. There's the pipe. Yeah, I want the electric line to run to the right of the pipe. So I kind of like digging down and seeing the pipe. 1, 2, 3, 4. Did I do 4 each time? That's unusual. I usually just do 3. But here we are. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that hole is still there. So, I guess we're done. I do kind of want to shoot to the right of the pipe a little here. Just to give the electric line a little extra room. Now, these dinosaurs, I think we're just going to have to call them Lymposaurus. Because their front foot is backwards. I'm sorry, the right side is backwards from the left side. Yeah, their feet are on backwards. 2 left feeters? I don't know. I think Lymposaurus is just fine. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to call him Lymposaurus. Because they just limp everywhere. And they are on the Ox system, and they are fauna. Maybe ooh, look at that swordfish. There's the worm, the flying worm. That's the T-Rex, the Ox, the Lymposaurus. Can we rename? Rename and upload. Well, we've already uploaded, so yeah. We have to rename him before we... Okay, so he is the Warlotuga. So if we want to rename him, we gotta do that before we upload him. Gotcha. Alright, here we go. Run that electric line out to the Paraffinium Ferrite Farm. I say ferrite because I plan on turning most of it into ferrite. And now that we've reloaded the game, it's letting us stretch these lines out. It took away the ability to build, and that's why we stopped for the day and reloaded. And now we're trying to get that ferrite farm going. And I know the best area to mine is the middle of the platform. But in all honesty, I plan on filling up the entire platform with excavators. And I've seen people make excavators on a pole of squares where it's heaviest and densest. I just can't figure out how to get them to... Okay. It's not working. But there is something I do need to do. I need to put up a wall here. I totally forgot about this, but we're going to do it right now. I don't have the switch yet. So, this is my plan. I'm going to take the electrical wiring and I'm going to put it here. Then take it and put it here. And then take it and plug it up. Now, in order to turn it off to add more, I just got to delete that line, and I don't have to dig down into the hole anymore. I do know where the hole is if I want to fill it up. But right now, we're just going to evacuate the area. We got one going and not functioning correctly. I feel like I may have crossed the line, or I may not have, but we're going to find out and get this farm rolling. I feel like all of this area is just fine. We do have electricity, and we got a supply line going. And filling up the holes. Now we just got to take a nice leisurely swim across the lake, back to the house, back to the hacienda, to the casa. Is it casa? I think it's casa. And we are back. Now, the electric line comes up there. There's the supply line. The supply line takes a turn. There's a piece of it right there, and it heads off that way. And the problem is I don't know what the problem is. So, we just take a peek here, and it says no, but there's no other gases in it. That's a good thing. And we know the line doesn't cross lines till at least gets to the beach. So I'm going to dig a little out here just so I can see things clearly. And that line goes straight over here, I do believe. And we just dig this back out. Or restore the ground. But I want to dig it out. Alright. We have deleted that line. Which I do believe is the same one that connects to this. Yep. Now, to see if there's a problem to this point, we throw one of these down. We grab a supply pipe. We hook it up. And we take a look. Oh, look at that. Everything is fine up to this point. I think we must have crossed the line. I don't see any lines over here. But there are lines right in this area. And I'm thinking... Oh my gosh. Oh, you're over here. Uh-huh. Well, we got two lines going off that way. We need not to cross those two lines. Alright, this might be dumb. But I'm going to try it. Oh, jetpack failed me. Alright, we're going to hook up the supply line. Almost. Alright, we're going to take it to here. We're going to cut underneath all these. And get to where we want to go. Before I do that, quick check. And the check says it's all good. Alright, get rid of that. Get a supply line. Connect it. Now see, it goes to the left of all those lines. And if that's the case, it says no. Why does it say no? I don't know. Am I on the right one? So, we just take these out. Put in a new one. Put it in a supply line. No. I have another plan. Okay, on this side, we went from there to there to out here. And we just chucked it in the water, I do believe. Or we stuck it in the ground. I don't see a hole. Okay, but there's a plant here. There it is. I'm going to take advantage of that. I'm going to run it along that line. See how that works out. We're just going to go over here to the plant. We're going to set it there. Now, did I cross something? I don't know. Let's find out. No. Eddie. Did you kill this guy? Oh no, it was you. Alright. So the line's in there, and we're just going to go to the right of it. I want to put it there, and then I want to put it to the right. There. And then I'm going to run it all the way down here. And we want to put it as far to the left as we can. So let's go. I know I'm kind of going backwards here. Now, does it work? Are these too close to each other? Maybe we need to come out a little more. Let's put this over here, which probably isn't happy because the spaceship dock is there. It does not like lines near the spaceship dock. But I'm just gonna have to move it over here. Aha. There's another line there. Okay. See, this is just bad line management. Yep. Maybe I should just make this hole much shallower. Yep. We're going to get rid of that line. We're going to pull up the gun. Going to do some restore. One more restore. We're going to put that line in that shallow. Which means we need to go over here and grab it. I was just in the right spot. Very sensitive. Okay. Make it a little bit more visible. Now we want this one shallow. Can I put one here to test with? A little bit of a test. Look at that. That one's working just fine. So we got it up pretty high. We take it all the way down the paraffinium line. We're going to put it right there. And that's paraffinium. So we can just restore all this. I keep tripping on that O. And now more supply depots. We're keeping it on the halfway line. But we are in business. And I like to see that. We definitely have the paraffinium coming into the first tank. And we want to make this row So we do have to keep a distance between the supply tanks. There seems to be some cross contamination if they get too close to each other. So maybe it would be best to just have one on each side of a prefab room instead of having that copper and oxygen next to each other like I did. I mean, it can be done. It's just that I had to take some time to finagle with it. That's all I'm saying. And if you don't want to take the time to finagle with it, then that's Eddie and his drums again. Eddie, calm down. Just calm down. You're just making a row here for that Paraffinium. Which I thought was wax. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I'm right. I don't know. You could let me know. I do know we can turn the paraffinium into ferrite, and ferrite is iron. Yay, science. And that's how you get iron sheet metal out of ferrite. Guess it just kind of melts it down and pours it into a sheet mold. Spits it out. Or we do, because we do that in our backpack, right? Yeah. Alright. Now we just need to run the supply pipe down the row. Here we go. Somebody's growling in the background. Not too happy. Oh, and we ran out of ferrite dust. Let's see how we're doing here. Everything look good? Look at that. We just need ferrite. Oh, ferrite dust. Wonder where we're going to get that. Have we stocked up any yet? No. Which it takes a while for that first one. Plus, we only got one drill down there going. We're going to add more. We're just trying to get her started. And I guess the nitrogen run will probably be the worst because it will be the tightest. Yeah, seems to get a little harder each time we do it. What do you got going on? Nothing. What do you got going on? Nothing. What about you? Nothing. You? Nothing. I feel like we've lost some stuff because I believe I had stuff in all of those. Yep. This says that we have no ferrite dust. So what do we need to finish the Ferrite farm? Ferrite. Of course. I mean, you know, we're not going to run out of copper. We got the copper farm set up. But this is the only place that just trying to get those basics, you know, farmed out. And look at that. There's some ferrite dust. We'll just purchase that. With our $11 million. And I don't know if that'll be enough. So I'm just going to wait on a pilot or two to come in and buy some rusted metal or ferrite dust off of them. Or paraffinium would work too. Paraffinium. So in this orange space station, we know that it's a Gex station. And the ships fly in the tunnel, and we buy stuff off of them. But we can go up here while we're waiting and say, teach me a word. And I just grab the one that's on top, and now I know the word for formula. How's that? And I go over to this guy, and I'm like, hey, teach me a word. And he taught me the word for pirate. Oh, look at that. And the store's moved in. And he's got a bulbous ship with some balls. I like your 4-ball ship. Can we trade? We just need... Oh, look at that. He's got ferrite dust. I'm thinking that might be enough, but I'm going to grab this too. And I'm going to call it. Thank you. You know, we should see if any of them have TMs. Do you have any TMs? No. Alright. One's good. I'd like to finish this farm, so I'm going to run back to the base and get to working on I guess I got to throw the rusted metal into the furnace and head on out there and finish that supply line. Oscar outpost over oxygen. Oscar. And we soar down the tunnel, warping our way there, enjoying the colorful lights, listening to that click, and then we're there. Now, did I ever get the stuff to make the large furnace? What do we need? We need 200 chromatic metal and microprocessors. Oh, it's the microprocessors. I will get... Do you have anything in you? No? Take this. Cook it. And if we need more, we'll come back and get it out of you. And we just hop on over here to our farm area. Walk down this row. We finished. That's right, we just needed it for piping. And keep this pipe rolling. Now we go see if it's working inside the house. And if it is, we don't need to buy paraffinium, rusted metal, or any of that anymore. And the answer is no, it's not. Really? I thought it was going to work. It really did. Which side did we put it on? We put it on this side. Okay. Now let's just start here. We'll find out where we crossed. Really? Well, that don't make no. Do I need to tear up that supply tank and build a new one? I had to do that with the copper. I thought he was. Yeah, he looks like he's broke. Let's just put a new one in here. He's red as well. And we'll just head out this way. Don't have enough gold. Probably got gold in the vault. I was just trying to be sneaky and lazy. Anyhow, we now have Paraffinium coming into the house, and we have a storage area of 25,250. That is a Paraffinium farm. And from that point forward, we're just going to add more drills. Because that is a sign that all the lines are complete. So we can go over here and we can look at the mineral extractor and click on it, and it says that we cannot build any because we have no chromatic metal and we need sheet metal. So we just go in here, and those are the only two ingredients we need. So I'm going to grab this and these, and then I want to check it out, and it says right there above the orange line, it says available to build 35. 35 will complete a row. So I'm going to head out there, and I'm going to build a row of drills. Now what we need mostly to build is sheet metal and chromatic metal. Sheet metal comes from ferrite. Ferrite comes from paraffinium. I'm sure there's other ways to get it as well, but these are the farms that are available to us. Now, the three gases, nitrogen, radon, and what was the other one? What was the other one? I don't remember. You all can let me know. Anyway, out of those three gases, when we hook up the next farm, the nitrogen farm, we'll be able to get all three gases. Do they multiply up with recipes? I do believe so. I don't remember any off the top of my head, and I would have to review that. But once we look at the waves, they're getting bigger. So here's the Paraffinium farm, and on these shaky farms, Where'd my electric line go? It's not even showing me my electric line. Well, guess we'd have to reload the game. There's a save beacon. I can put it right there. Start the save beacon. Game is saved. Hit start. No, other button. Maybe it was this button. Options. And reload restore point. And hopefully the electric lines will come back. And we'll cut the electric line, put in a row of drills, and with the row of drills we'll be drilling up a lot more paraffinium, and it should equal enough for us to get that nitrogen farm going. So there's the electric lines. Well, almost all the electric lines. I want to cut that one. Then I'm going to grab the mineral extractor. Of course. Well, I was definitely not on the platform there, but it'll work. It is what it is. And I kind of want to keep them on the platform. So I'll do that from here on forward. Just push them as close to each other as I can. And when you build these, you might notice like it only drops so many in there at a time, like 250. Or less. Not less. 250 is like the smallest amount I think I've seen it drop. And you might think about adding more, it doesn't make it drop more than 250. Because it doesn't show that. However, the time left in the cycle of the drops of 250 gets smaller and smaller the more drills we have active. Therefore, it fills up faster. And that like this first one here, or let's just any of these. So now we can see with the storage we got 27,000, and it'll give us more information, but with one row we generally get under a 10-minute cycle. So like every 10 minutes it'll drop like 250. And with two rows, you know, it's just kind of a Oh, I ran out of carbon. And I'm out here. Ran out of carbon. Going the wrong way. That plant looks like a scorpion. Oh, it's the one that stings you. It is a scorpion. What do you think, Olympus? I can't believe one side of his feet are turned around backwards, where his toenails are facing towards us. And the other side, it makes him look like he's limping everywhere. Or they're all turned around backwards now. Okay. Well, that's good. Olympus is walking correct today. Maybe it's because we just reloaded the game the right way. Anyway, we're just hopping back here. I thought it would be the ferrite dust. I wasn't paying attention to the carbon. And that's what I get. It's always whatever you're not thinking of. So, if you run the jetpack all the way out, it takes forever to come back. But if you just stop shy of it, it starts refilling right away. And then you can use it faster again. And it's not something I always think about, but I am right now. And I thought I'd share that. But if I run it all the way out, like as of now, see, and look at that, it refills slower and it took time before it would start refilling. So it's like a longer interval. Alright, you got my ferrite dust. I'll take that. And I'll see you 1,854 oxygen. And then I'm going to go over here and just grab some oxygen. Now I have plenty of oxygen. And you're making the carbon. With this much carbon, I do believe we can finish what we started. And we were working on supply pipes, and it takes 10 pieces of carbon to make a pipe. And we don't need that much more. So I'm just going to take this amount and go finish the job and let that cook. We're only doing one row for now. Trying to get that time cycle under 10 minutes. And we'll build a second row later, and a third, and a fourth. I might do that off camera. I kind of like doing some grinding off camera. But after 2 to 3 rows, I find it makes faster than I can use it. So that's fast enough. So I don't always fill up the pads, and sometimes I have to make the pads bigger. The pad that I usually wind up making bigger is the electrical grid. Yep. So I never seem to have enough electricity. Right now we're running off of 1 row of electricity. And will it support 1 row of copper, 1 row of oxygen, and 1 row of paraffinium? I don't know. We'll find out. And if the electricity goes out, the refineries still finish making what they've been set to make and then stop. And they won't work again until you get the electricity back on. So you don't have to worry about that either. Just one less thing to worry about. Now we get up here to the Paraffinium Farm. If I'm saying it wrong, sorry. I'm going to save the game and not rename, just reload. Reload, because the electric wire and some of the supply lines are gone. I have sworn we already put down quite a few supply lines, but it's acting like we haven't. And it shouldn't be. So we just reload, see if it'll load in some of those missing lines. Eddie? Really, Eddie? And you see, I put those electrical lines on the wall to keep things from shaking while I install this. And it doesn't really help if Eddie's going to make everything shake anyway. Anyhow. Alright, the supply lines are in. Now we just need some electrical wiring. And the electrical wiring is going in. And then I'm supposed to connect this to this electrical line. But this electrical line is gone. It's part of what did not load. The electrical lines. I want to go back here. Yep, I did do that. It's acting like it forgot all my electrical lines. So we're just going to and the shaking begins now. Or the electromagnetic plant cannot handle a whole row of paraffinium drills. So we just add more. But it's nice to know that we have finished the first row of paraffinium drills. And that means the paraffinium farm is complete. I will add some more electromagnetic drills. now. Because I want to get this place going. And if we're farming the ferrite and the paraffinium, I feel like we'll be able to finish this so much faster. We just need to get it going. And the bubbles just shoot out of the water. Because why not? Alright. We can build 15 more electromagnetics. All the electricity's down. I put a little generator in the house just so I could check power values. I don't run it. To run it, I would have to add more carbon to it. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. But I don't have to run it because I got the electromagnetic plant. I'm just trying to get all these farms set up early in the game so I don't have to worry about those supplies. And if I need to just jot home and get some more. So it looks like we'll be starting in on our second row. Yeah. Alright. First things first, I'm going to take out that line and start putting in some new plants right here. And these I'm just smushing as close as I can. No need to worry about cross-contamination because it's all making the same stuff. And so yeah, that's the plan. Looks like we can add 12 more of these. So I'm just scooching them as close as I can because the closer they get, the more power we'll get. Don't plan on walking between them once I got them hooked up. Just got to get them placed down. And keep going. We got 7 more. 6 more. 5 more. 4 more. 3, 2. Oh, come on. So this one right here should be the last one for now. I'll probably come back out here and finish the row, which is only 2 short. Can you believe that? 2 short from finishing the whole row. We just got to hook all these up. Oh, you gotta Always got to double tap the button. And we need to connect this row to this row. And then check the electric rating. We are now using 3,000 and making 4,500. We're 1,500 away. I'll probably add a couple more just to finish out that second row off camera. And that might be enough to carry us through the nitrogen plant. And the paraffinium plant should be running just fine now because it's got plenty of electricity. And it'll be under 10-minute intervals, hopefully with a full row. And with the farm going, we'll be banking up quite a bit. I think the 3 rows of supply tanks there looks pretty good. And we just got to add a 4th row. Oxygen farm's going good. Everything's going good. And we'll be filling up the pads really quick now that we got the paraffinium coming in, because I can cook that, make the ferrite, and everything's good. So if you've made this far and you like what you see, do like and subscribe. It helps out the channel, and I really appreciate it. And see you next time. Have a great day. Bye bye.